Hello and welcome to the unofficial BSHL Senior Hockey League podcast. My name's Corey. I'm joined by my co-host Corey.
I am co-host Corey.
We have the last regular season episode.
I can't believe it.
Technically. Tuesday's episode will be coming out just before the Trackety River Valley game, technically.
Yeah.
But this is our last regular season episode in my mind.
Yeah. We'll just lump in that game with whatever we're doing that day and go from there.
Yeah. So, how you feeling, Corey?
I'm feeling so excited. I cannot wait for Friday night. We are checking the final box.
Yeah, it's going to be the last rink that we haven't been to is Shippagan, and not because we haven't tried. So we wanted to get to Shippagan just before Christmas, and part of the crew got COVID.
Yeah.
Then we wanted to get to Shippagan a few weeks ago, and there was a snowstorm.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get to Shippagan last week. Last week? 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, I think.
And there was a snowstorm.
Yeah.
So if I'm telling you the truth, I'm checking my phone on the weather. If I go to the weather network now, it thinks I live in Shippagan because I check Shippagan so often, and Miramichi, and then Rishabakto, Miramichi, Shippagan 3 or 4 times a day. So far, so good. It's going to be cold as hell. Bundle up, but we're going to be there Friday night.
We're going to be there.
Dalhousie at Shippagan, last Friday night of the regular season. I'm pumped.
What I love about this, it's Dalhousie going in. It is very possible that this is the first round meeting.
Very possible.
And these teams, I imagine, aren't going to like each other very much.
And they played last Sunday.
Yep.
So these teams might end up playing up to 9 games in a row.
Wow.
So by game 9, they're going to hate each other.
Yep.
And, I would not want to be the person that gets in Joey Morrison or Joey Bernard's way when they're running that hit through, because, ouch. So, there's some great hit. Man, remember that Polemale hit from Shippagan?
Yeah,
so, don't want to be in front of that guy for game 9 either. Man, last night I was editing some clips together and I was watching that Bezzo goal again. I've seen that goal too many times. I love it.
It might win goal of the year for me. The fact that we were there for that one, unbelievable.
It's a beauty. I don't know. We'll have to do some awards for some of the best goal of the year that we captured. Mm-hmm. I think is the way we're going to have to word it, because there might have been better goals. We just weren't there.
Yeah. Alex Arsenault has a good case too with that game on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. That breakaway goal was a beauty, man. Just puts it in between Vautour's legs.
Mm-hmm.
Nice goal. Let's get into this weekend's games. We're probably going to ramble on tonight, so let's...
So 7 games in grand total. On Friday, 3 games. Spring Hill will be in Buckdouche. River Valley will be in Miramichi. And the game we will be at, Dalhousie, will be in Shippagan. Anything to add to that?
Great games. Wherever you are in the league, get out to whatever's closest to you.
Absolutely. On Saturday, 1 game. I am not 100% sure if we are going to this game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're going?
Yeah,
all right.
Barring weather pending, we'll be there.
Saturday, LC Puck Duck will be in Spring Hill. This is one of those games that, to me, it's can't miss. Spring Hill got their first win against LC in their last meeting. And there was an incident where Trey Lewis shot the puck. I didn't find it to be a disrespectful thing or whatever, but some people have disagreed. What are your thoughts right now on Spring Hill and LC?
I wasn't at the last game last week because I was under the weather. Mm-hmm. So I always love when they play. I thought that series last year was a lot closer than it looks on paper. So I love Spring Hill. It's Paisano's pizza sponsored night. So the first 50 people will get a slice of pizza for free. So if that's not enough reason to get out, I don't know what is. We're all probably going to get some Donair burgers. Let's be honest.
I can't lie to you people.
No, we're going to grab a Donair burger. And we love Paisanos. We love Spring Hill. So I can't wait to make the trip again.
Yep. And on Sunday, Shippagan will be in Bucktouche. I believe we will be at that game. Yeah. Shorter drive, Shippagan and Bucktouche. It's going to be a good time. Miramichi will be in Tracadie. And it's scheduled for Tuesday. I don't know if it'll stay there, but River Valley in Tracadie is pegged as the final game of the regular season.
And the playoffs might not be fully cemented until after that game.
Yeah.
And the scoring leader might not be fully pegged until after that game.
That's right. Peter Traynor could run away with it. He has a hot night there. Who knows?
So somebody shot me a message and said, why do you think the Valcourt line with Bernard and Mockler is better than the Traynor line with Brewer? And I don't know. Why do we feel the Dalhousie line is better than the River Valley line, Corey? Or do you feel?
I do. I do, just because Dalhousie was just so dominant this year. And the top of the scoring was always Valcourt and Jesco Bernard. And you can't argue its success there. But Peter Traynor he's put in a claim to be the best player in the league. It's between him and Valcourt right now.
For me, the reason that I think the Dalhousie line slightly edges out the River Valley line, which again, a great line, for me, it comes down to one word: consistency.
Yeah.
That's been the best line all season. From the first night in Bucktouche for Dalhousie, those guys have been lighting it up and winning night in, night out. Mm-hmm. They've gone through a little losing streak here. I don't think it really matters.
No.
That's why I probably feel that's the best line in the league.
Yeah.
But all the credit in the world to Traynor, Brewer, and Crow. They've been great, but River Valley's had their struggles earlier in the year. That line has had their struggles earlier in the year. And lately, they've just been lighting it up, so they're catching up.
Yeah.
Right now, what's the best line in the league? As far as, the hottest line in the league, maybe it's the River Valley line. But if you ask me what's the best line, if I'm creating a team and I can have one first line from the league, I'm probably taking that Dalhousie line for consistency.
Yeah. Not to be outdone, that Hawks line of Arsenault, Graham, and Mackenzie Brown, that's not far behind either.
Yeah, but again, I'm going to say the same thing. Those guys have been lighting it up the last few games. That's not been a line the entire season.
No.
And even if it was, it's just, Alex Arsenault came in later. So, but to me, I do love, I love a lot of lines in this league, man. There's some great players.
Yeah. I agree. So do you want to get into who we're picking?
Yeah, you can go first.
I can go first. I'm gimmick infringement here. This is going to make for great podcasting, but right here, Corey, I don't know if you can see, but this is a Montreal Canadiens loonie.
Oh, it's
the lucky loonie is
it's the back. Centennial. It's the Centennial loonie.
Oh, I got three of them. So Shippagan, Spring Hill, and Bucktouche. So
yeah, you go first. I'm going to take a drink of this Soda Stream.
All right, JC is head. And tails. So I am going with Spring Hill.
How the hell is a JC ahead?
I don't know.
A coal miner has a head. We don't know what the hell a JC is. I argue with that one. But anyway, you pick Spring Hill?
Yep.
I pick Spring Hill.
Okay. So
how far behind am I right now? One game?
One game.
Yeah, okay.
Give me 1 second to write that down. Both have Spring Hill. So next up we have River Valley and Miramichi. A lumberjack has a head. So,
there you go. Northman has a head too.
And it is tails, so I am going with Miramichi.
Son of a bitch. I was hoping I'm going River Valley. I'm going to go River Valley. This is one where I'm going to split it. This could go either way, though. All
right. So next up is Dalhousie and Shippagan. We will be there. I'm going to say Marchand. That has a head, right? They're Marchmen, so here we go. And it is head, so I'm going with Shippagan.
Shippagan, I'm going Dalhousie.
So Dal for you. And next up, Elsie and Spring Hill. So a hawk has a head, but a coal miner has a head. So I'm gonna go with the head hawk. And it is head, so I'm taking Elsie.
I am going to take LC as well. I think this is an LC win.
Yeah, me one sec. LC. Next up, we have Shippagan in Bucktouche. Marchman has a head, so here we go. It is tails. I am going with Bucktouche.
I am going Bucktouche as well.
So Bucktouche for you as well. Next up, we have Miramichi and Tracadie. So a Northman has a head, right?
Yep.
There you go. Flip it. Head. I am going with Miramichi.
I'm going Miramichi as well. So there will definitively be a winner.
Yeah.
We will not tie based on those.
No.
So
we're not done. We got one more.
What else do we have?
River Valley and Tracadie.
Okay.
So River Valley Lumberjack has a head, so I'm going with head for River Valley. And it is head, so I'm taking River Valley.
I'm going to take River Valley for that game as well, I think.
So
I really think River Valley's just rolling. They're hot, so they're going to win.
So Miramichi and River Valley. I have Miramichi, you have River Valley. I have Shippagan, you have Dalhousie. So it could still end up in a tie if we split it. If it ends in a tie, I win. So you need both these wins.
It can't end up in a tie. It's impossible. If you get one of those two and I get one of those two, you'll win.
Yeah, but if you get both,
I win.
You win. And if I get both, I clearly win. And
yeah, so there's no way to tie it. I just did the math there. Perfect.
That is
ideal. Oh God,
the lucky loony.
That loony. I will tell you, the first time I flipped that loony and it came up Shippagan, or it came up. Who was Dalhousie playing that game? That didn't work out so well. So
it was River Valley.
Yeah, that's right. And it didn't work out that well for Dalhousie.
Isn't that the game? That's the game that we went to. We were in Dalhousie.
If Dalhousie loses this, Travis, it's Corey's fault, not my fault.
As you can see, Corey can see this, and nobody else can. But the loony is on my Jean Béliveau hockey puck.
Man,
that I have to display.
You've got the weirdest array of Montreal Canadiens memorabilia. It's the weirdest shit. Anyway, all right.
Before you go, the weirdest thing, somebody told me that too. He's like, how many Montreal Canadiens and Ultimate Warrior stuff do you have? And I'm like, I don't have all day to count.
Yeah, no. We're not done. We're still going on here. But, man, that is, that's pretty messed. Let's take a look at the standings and the scoring leaders real quick.
The standings. All right. So in first place, big shocker here, the Dalhousie Marauders, a 12-4-1 record, 25 points. Not far behind them in second place, the River Valley Lumberjacks, 11-5, 22 points. In third place, the Tracadie Alpine, a 10-6 record, 20 points. In fourth place, the Miramichi Northmen, 8-7-1 record, 17 points. In fifth place, the LC Buckduck Hawks, 7-8-2 record, 16 points. In sixth place, the Spring Hill Coal Miners, a 7-8-1 record, 15 points. They're up one spot from last week. In seventh place, the Bucktouche JCs, a 6-9-1 record, 13 points, down one spot from last week. In eighth place, the Shippagan Marchand, 4-8-4 record, 12 points.
There's not one team in the league that can't still move up or down.
Yep.
So it's going to be an interesting final weekend of hockey. If it were to start right now, though, it would be Shippagan Dalhousie, River Valley Bucktouche, Spring Hill versus Tracadie, and Miramichi versus Elspuktuk.
God, I love this league.
I really want to see that Miramichi Elspuktuk.
Yeah,
that's so many people that are fans of other teams want to see that series because everybody knows it's going to be a good time.
I was talking with Joel this morning. We were filming our mainstream wrestling show, and when the cameras were off, we started talking about the BSHL, and he started questioning me who do you think is playing who and all that. And I think it's him that said, might have been me, but I'm pretty sure it was him. He's like, so how many fights do you think is going to be in Miramichi? And I was like, on the ice? He's like, no.
Yeah, there's a lot of liquor consumed in Miramichi. Could be a wild one. There won't be any fights with any BSHL podcast people in the crowd. We're we're a pretty tame group of people, honestly. We just kind of hang out. We go to too many games that we
I could try to fight. It wouldn't end well for me.
Yeah. No, not my thing. I'm going to leave the fighting on the ice. How many fights do you think there would be in that series on the ice?
If the rules weren't in place, I think we'd have a 3-4 fights a game.
Yeah, it's just some very tension would be high.
Yeah, it would remind me of that. I think it was Philadelphia and Ottawa a number of years ago, where I think it has the record for the most penalized match ever or game. And it looks like a beer league. There's nobody on the benches, all right? And they drop the puck and they don't start fighting again, and the crowd boos. Remember that one?
Yeah. And had they fought, there just would have been no players left. So
yeah, and there was another fight actually. Like 30 seconds later, they fought.
So for the scoring leaders, we still have Pascal Valcourt ahead by 4 points right now over Peter Traynor, who has 42 points. Valcourt with 46. Then we have Jesco Bernard at 32, Brewer at 31, Adam Crow at 29. And then shocker of all shocks, Mockler at 7 with 28. Oh, and Francis Thibault's there as well at 28. So, literally the top two lines in the league probably. But, those are they're still pretty tight. Who knows who's going to win the scoring championship this year?
Whoever it is, we win, because these guys give it their all every night, every single team. I have so much respect for all these teams, all these players, all these GMs, all the fans that come out. It's still burned into my brain when the anthem is playing in Rishibuktu, and from where I'm at, I have a bird's eye view of the seats, and there's not one seat that's empty. I love that.
That's been phenomenal, Rishibuktu, man. The crowds are amazing. It's been quite the year, really. For us, this started kind of like as something that I wanted to try. When I bought this mic, I didn't even know that I was going to be starting a podcast. Now I love what we do. I love the podcast. I love the league. I love the league before. I love the community that we built. I think props to everybody that's in it. Just great to connect with you all. But I just want to give some shout outs right now because we're at the end of the regular season, and I feel like it's a good time to do it, and it's appropriate to do it. So if you'll give me a couple minutes, Corey, I'm definitely going to talk too much here, but that's fine, I think.
I'm all ears.
I just want to give a shout out to a few of the guys that really supported us early on. And I don't know if we'd be here without their support, Corey. What do you think?
No, especially that first interview, like you were telling me before that, we had less than 100 people subscribe. So, they gave us a chance, and it wouldn't be possible without them.
Yeah, so a big shout out to Trey Lewis, the Elspluck Hawks, for taking a chance, popping on, giving us a good interview early on. And literally, Corey said it, we didn't have 100 people following us at that point. Yeah. And now we have a community of 6,500. So pretty crazy how much this has grown. But not only him, shout out to the Miramichi Northman. David Morrison, some early interviews with us. Shippagan gave us some time. So thanks to Serge Haché for that. The JCs, that preseason game, we were able to, get down behind the bench and interview some of the guys. So thanks to all the boys that gave us their time. Thanks to Jeanette Douadon for giving us that opportunity. And, thanks to Nick Foran and Chris Keating and all those really early interviews. Connor Smith of the Spring Hill Coal Miners. Just, it's really something that we've been able to interview somebody from every team.
Yep.
And
I don't know if you want me saying this, like Corey is texting us and he's like, I'm just going to warn you guys, when we get to Shippagan, I might be a little emotional. And I get it. Like it's one of those things where the second we get to Shippagan and we step foot into that arena, we've done something that only the players and the staff have done. And that's be in every arena in this league in the regular season. Now it's going to happen in the playoffs as well. But I want to give one last shout out, if you mind.
I wasn't even done, but go ahead.
All right. I want to give a huge shout out to Corey Robichaud.
Oh, you're so lame.
No, you're too modest. This is not possible without his dedication, his drive, his absolute passion for the game of hockey. He's a warrior. He's an ultimate warrior, if you will. He is just one of my absolute best friends. Love you to death, my dude. And this is literally not possible. I'm not doing this. Cheryl's not doing this. Tracy's not doing this without you. You are the man. You are the MVP.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Some kind words. I definitely, it's been a big investment of time, and it's been great though. No regrets. But if I can get back to my thanking people, God, my God, this guy. Thanks to Charles Austin and Patrick
Still probably
Jones.
My favorite interview, Charles Austin.
Yeah, Patrick Jones.
Patrick Jones was good.
Thank you to Matt Coulson. One of my favorites, Tyson Donovan. Such a nice really guy. Cool. And who am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting Dalhousie. I'll get to them in a second.
That was a big one too.
It was a huge one.
You remember his name?
No, I don't want to remember his name. Come on now. That Travis guy's got a pretty big ego. I think he knows his own name. There's
another one.
I know, Jesco. Thanks to Jesco for coming on. I definitely appreciate Jesco Bernard. But thanks to the Dalhousie Marauders, man. There's no team that welcomed us as early on as they did. So, it meant a lot to us. So, thanks to their ownership. Anthony Morrison, thanks to Travis Robichaud. Hello, it's Corey from the future. In editing this, I realized that I messed up the name of the Dalhousie Marauders owner. So, Alexander Morrison, truly thank you for your support of the podcast. Such an early listener, early supporter, and it really means a lot to us. And, when I realized that I messed up the names, I didn't have a list when I did this. I didn't know that I was going to do this, truly. We're nearing the end of the recording, and I felt like I had to get some thanks up before the playoffs started. So, Alexander Morrison, truly appreciate your support. And back to the podcast. But yeah, man, this league is something else, dude. We've been to we'll be, as of Friday, to every rink in the league. We've been treated amazingly well by fans, staff, players alike. And thanks for welcoming us into this league and for letting us have this little, this little slice of hopefully helping you guys out too, because you guys bring a lot to us as fans, and we just want to hopefully keep growing this and keep building this up. Oh, I forgot? Parker Dagan.
Parker Dagan, that's right.
That was a huge one, man. I remember Coulson. I forgot Dagan. Jeez. That's because, man, that says a lot about Coulson, though. Whew, what a guy. I'm just kidding, man. I love Dagan. I love Coulson. There's some good guys. Nick Foran and Chris Keating, how big were those for us?
I think Trey Lewis was like the big one to start, but then we're getting Nick Foran. I think it was Foran, the first one that I legit got like he got on and I got nervous.
Well, that was Lewis. You were nervous
no. I was nervous with Lewis too, but Nick Foran,
it's because Nick's a scary dude. My God,
he was so
you see
nice.
Nick on the ice. Yeah, he's a great guy off the ice. You see Nick on the ice, he's terrifying. My God, he beat the shit out of me. And then you meet him in person or you talk to him, super nice guy. So, who am I forgetting? I really don't want to forget anybody. I know we got Charles Austin, we got Patrick Jones. I'm going team by team. Tyson Donovan.
Jesco Bernard, we mentioned him.
Yeah. We had Spring Hill. We knocked those guys out. We have Elsie, Trey, the dude. And yeah, Dalhousie. I think we're good. If we forgot something, call us out. But
yeah,
we wouldn't be here without all of those guys. And again, I'll shout out Connor Smith again. Connor's been a huge supporter of the podcast, giving us just a really good inside glimpse of what it's like to be a GM in this league, which is, I'm going to tell you right now, hats off to all 8 guys that are GMs in this league. That's pretty much a full-time job with very little thanks. And so I'll thank you all, because it's really something to put everything together, to sell the tickets, to organize everything, game day operations. Unenviable task, man. I would not want to do it. I couldn't do it. I know my role. I podcast. I'm going to stay in that lane. But yeah, man, I really don't want to miss anybody. And if I did, call me out. I'm sure somebody in the comments will call me out on that, and that's fine.
I got another cheesy
oh God,
shout out.
No, I've got another one. I'm not done yet. Come on now.
There you go.
I'd like to thank my sister for doing all the video that she does.
She's unbelievable.
Those videos have helped us grow immensely. They bring all the boys a lot of joy. The guys love to see their goals afterwards. And I don't know if people would be that excited if we were going to rinks and going to games if Cheryl wasn't there. Yeah. Because even if they don't know it, she's the one that's bringing the content that they really want to see.
Yeah.
So big shout out to her. Big shout out to Tracy, my girlfriend, who does all the graphics and keeps me sane and tolerates my bullshit.
She's been doing my graphics too for my project. I don't trust anybody else with them.
Yeah, she tolerates a lot more with me than that, though. The podcast has really been very time consuming, and she's sometimes, I'm sure she just wants to be like, hey, shut up and leave me alone and stop talking about the podcast. Can we talk about other stuff in life? But the podcast is a huge part of it. So, yeah, I think that's, and thanks to you, Corey, for joining the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Not going to shout out your parents?
They haven't been on the podcast. Come on now.
No, but your mother takes notes.
Yeah, my mom does take notes. They're a huge part. My mom's a big part of it. They're amazing supporters, but they wouldn't want the attention. It's my parents. They're just humble people.
Yeah.
But no, big thanks to everybody. Thanks to Seb for standing next to us at games and being
Wayne Glitsky himself.
Oh my God, he's such a pain in the ass.
No, I love Seb. He's a great guy. Man.
God, he's so loud. Sometimes I'm like, how are you so loud for so long? How can he be so loud for 3 hours straight and he has a voice?
He's 16. He's a teenager. He's
oh my God.
Piss and vinegar.
It's unbelievable. But I think that's the end of the sappy stuff. Just,
Oh, no, there's one more. There's one more.
Who?
All the canteens we visited.
Thank you to all the canteen workers. Absolutely. Thank you to
Paisanos.
Hey, thanks to Paisanos. For being, that's a good point, actually. Thanks to Paisanos. Thanks to Flow Hockey for partnering with us for these giveaways. Thanks to Illicit for partnering with us to make the hoodies that we just got in today. We're going to be bringing around the league to everybody that bought them this week, next week. I don't know. If you bought one and we don't see your team this weekend, we'll catch you sometime in the playoffs. But pretty awesome, man. Pretty amazing year. As the regular season ends, let's get the sentimental stuff out of the way, because next week is going to be some real hard conversations about the playoffs.
Oh yeah, fried onions.
Fried onions? When are we going to get back to River Valley? Who knows?
I don't know. I've been craving one of those burgers.
I think for the playoffs, we're going to be splitting up a bit to cover more games. So,
yeah.
You'll have to pick whether you want to see Corey at the game that you're not at, so you can see the live stream, or if you want Cheryl so you can see the video after. It's tough. It's a tough choice.
So me and Cheryl will literally be splitting up.
Not necessarily, but probably, because what Cheryl does, she needs somebody next to her that can post everything. And what you do, you don't really need a second person, because you just record it and you're okay on your own. But we wouldn't send you to a game alone unless it's in Bucktouche.
Or
Rishabuktu, somewhere close to you.
Yeah. I can drive still, I'd prefer to go in a long place with some buddies. It's doable, but I would prefer you guys with me in a foreign place.
Yeah, we should calculate how many miles we've driven this year. It's been wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's usually Cheryl or you driving.
Which means you're stepping up this weekend. No, I'm just kidding. It should be, it's going to be wild, man. And the messed up part is we're probably going to see almost as many games through the playoffs as we've seen all through the regular season. So
yeah,
I'm hoping to see some weekday games.
Yeah.
On the schedule, maybe a little bit here and there sprinkled in. So those will be, maybe we'll see 4 games in a week.
It's possible.
A little bit crazy. So get your sleep this week and next week, get lots of rest, and then it's going to be go time. I'd like to thank my employers for still employing me through all of this. Man, I love my job. You know, I work at Hospice SENB in Moncton, New Brunswick, and we're a not-for-profit charity. We provide palliative care to southeastern New Brunswick, and I'm very proud of what we do. We've got the best team, and I've got the best leadership working with me, above me, that allows me to have the time and freedom to take Friday afternoons off or take Monday mornings off after I'm tired from these games. So, big thanks to them. If any of you guys are listening, this wouldn't be possible without you guys too. So, Corey, I think that's the end of the episode, man. We're at 30 minutes.
Yep. It was a good episode. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy podcasting. I enjoy everything right now, and let's keep doing it.
Let's keep doing it, man. Let's keep doing it. We'll talk to you later.
Take care.